Hey everybody, it's Uyak here, back in another video. This newest episode of Made in Abyss is absolutely Jesus. Let me just say that. Faputa did not lie with what she said she was going to do to these villagers. I mean, she is an absolute savage, to say the least. But before we get into that, if you do enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for similar content in the future. Without further ado, let us get straight into this video. And if you haven't watched my previous videos on Made in Abyss, this newest season, I highly suggest you watch them so you can get the full understanding of what we're going to talk about in this video, and you'll see even more interesting things, to say the least. Alright, so unlike the previous episode where Reg and Faputa were doing some pretty questionable things, and that Reg was carrying around her dismembered arm that she ripped off in the previous episode's beginning as well, this episode starts with a more wholesome, you could say, scene with Nanachi and Bailiff talking about how Bailiff essentially made her see his experiences, his smell as he calls it. She had this dream state where in the last episode she was actually seeing Bailiff's experiences. And Bailiff says now Faputa has come back, and Bailiff has actually released Nanachi so she is able to make her own decisions. But if Nanachi leaves this village zone, Mitty will disappear. So Nanachi is forced to make a decision, and Nanachi has a hard time knowing exactly what to do here, but she eventually decides that Reg and Rico, her closest friends, are the most important thing at this time for her. So she eventually decides to leave this space, and in leaving this space, we have this scene where she parts with Mitty as well as all the other friends that she made while she was with Bailiff. We then see Bailiff exit the space as well, and his body starts diminishing, but he did state before that he'll be partially fine. Now we enter the most sorry part of this actual episode. I mean, this guy is so sorry, and I'm talking about Reg. Alright, so we take the perspective of Reg, and it's him waking up, and he's essentially trying to figure out what's going on. And this is why I say he's so sorry, because he walks around and he sees all these corpses and such, acting as if Faputa did not say that she wanted to kill everybody in the village. So he walks around surprised why people are dead and stuff, as if she legitimately did not say that. And at this moment, we see the absolute demon that is Faputa at this moment. She looks like something straight out of the gates of hell or something. She looks crazy. She's dismembering corpses of the village. She's eating them up. And I mean, she is killing the villagers. I'm not talking about normal killing. She is going inside them after she kills them, killing them from the inside out. I mean, this is absolutely devastating. And while this is happening, some of the villagers are trying to fight Faputa, and it just is not going to work, is it? I mean, this girl, or whatever gender she is at this point, honestly I don't know, because she's morphing and all this other stuff, she has these regenerative abilities from the children of Arumui who are helping her massacre this village. And then we have the most sorry character in this episode, and it might be the story at this point, going up to Faputa and saying, "I will stop you." Now, I don't understand this, because let me get this straight. Faputa told the Reg that she was going to absolutely murder everybody in this village, right? So what did he expect to happen when he opened a hole in this actual village? What did he expect to happen? And now he wants to stop her. I don't like this at all. We then go through this scene where Faputa is saying she'll make Reg remember, and we see flashbacks of Reg and Faputa together, and I guess it's kind of like cute, you could say, but looking at the present right now and how devastating, like, she looks like a demon, it's hard to look at these scenes as something as cute, but we can clearly see that there was a bond between Faputa and Reg, and it's pretty mysterious how he just forgot everything. And while they are fighting, which honestly shouldn't even be called a fight, because Reg is so sorry. He is sorry. He is sorry. And when I say he's sorry, I mean this guy is a disgrace to the human being species. He's not even a part of it, but he's a disgrace to it. This guy calls it a fight. He is getting absolutely dominated by Faputa. It's not even a contest. I mean, she goes straight up to him, grabs a hold of him, and sticks her arm in his mouth and starts moving all around and saying, if beating your exterior doesn't work, she'll try from the inside. What? What? This man has the balls to go up to her and say, I will stop you, and then he gets violated 2 seconds later? And as I'm watching Sorry Ray getting violated by Faputa, I can't help but think about Attack on Titan, because this is so similar. In Attack on Titan, Eren legitimately says that he wants to destroy everybody, and everybody's on board with it until it's actually about to happen, and then they all turn on him. And it's similar here. I mean, Faputa ain't keeping it a secret that she wants to destroy everybody in the village. So why, when she actually goes through with what she's saying, Reg is acting all surprised about her violence and stuff? She said this. She said it. After Reg gets violated for about 2 more minutes, we then have this scene where the menace herself, Rico, says, let's do this, Prushka, and she blows on her white whistle, and this turns Reg into a sort of superhuman state, which honestly opens up some of the meaning of Made in Abyss. What is the meaning of these units? Why do they get empowered when they hear the sound of a white whistle? I mean, it opens up a lot of different questions. We then have the delusional Reg, while he's toying with Faputa at this point because of his power-ups. He's saying that Faputa shouldn't have taken Rico's white whistle and gave it to someone to refine better. What? He's trying to make it her fault for trying to help Rico get the true use out of Prushka, her white whistle. We then get the biggest flashback of Faputa basically telling Reg that she needs to get into the village to save her mother from being deteriorated and eaten alive. And it further illustrates the relationship between Faputa and Reg. Faputa developed this love for Reg towards the end when he had to depart, which the man said he was going to swim up. He said he was going to swim up to the 5th layer. This guy is crazy, bro. He is crazy. Faputa confesses her love to Reg, and it makes sense now why she's so deeply offended that he forgot these memories, because to Faputa in the past, Reg was, I guess, her lover, which honestly, once again, it's a kid show. I don't know if I want to even see this. Once again, producers, author, what is going on here? But she said she wanted to start a family with Reg before he left. So it makes sense as to why she is so deeply offended that he can't remember. We then have this scene at the end of the episode where Reg is leaning over Faputa. I don't even know how they got in this position, but he's saying that he starts remembering. He doesn't remember all the important things, but he remembers the emotions, the feelings of the past, and he can't stop her because he remembers all of that. Which is honestly, it's honestly just, I mean, this guy's so sorry. I can't watch this episode without feeling that Reg is some sort of subhuman species at this point, because the guy goes from, all right, let's let her in the village, no problem, even if she says it, to all of a sudden, I can't let you destroy the village, to at the end of the episode say, I can't stop you from destroying the village, and I won't. It's like, what? Faputa, she essentially, I guess, takes control of him and pushes him to the ground and says, you're foolish and such, and she's on the aggressive now, which honestly, I mean, this whole episode, I'm on Faputa's side, bro. I'm on her side, because you see all the things that happen, and the fact that they tormented Arumui. Everything she's doing makes sense. The stuff that Reg and Rico are doing, even with Rico knowing the past, does not make sense. Okay, you like the village, you like the people, you like the culture. That is cool, but this village is built on the foundation of suffering of a child. The village is literally a suffering child, and that suffering child birthed another child in order to enact its revenge. So why would you stop this course of revenge unless you had no sympathy for the suffering child of Rirumui? And I think the true meaning of this episode is to demonstrate how much of a menace Rico actually is. Because keep this in mind, she blew on her white whistle to empower Reg fighting Faputa, even knowing the history of the village. She knows the torment that Arumui went through, and she experienced the villagers themselves trying to turn Rico into something very, very disgusting. I mean, you saw these villagers trying to do some weird things to Rico, and Rico is still standing up for them. I mean, I understand this whole anime idea of always stick up for people, never let them die, no matter what idea, but I mean, come on. We gotta look at the truth of this situation here. These villagers are weird freaks that ate the children of a child, and they had no remorse doing so. They were happy at the end of it. They were happy to be resurrected as new beings, and when they turned into these new beings, they're even weirder. All in all, I hope Faputa absolutely destroys this village even further. In fact, I would say it was quite a magnificent sight seeing her do so. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for similar content in the future. I will see you in the next video.